Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, if you were on my last stream, you catch this one now. I can't see myself in my camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a little mobility session. Hopefully, this turns out in post-production. So today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of stuff with a little bit of spine work, a little bit of shoulders, and a little bit of hips. Did pull a little bit of my own hamstring the other day, so if you see me moving a little bit tenderly, that's why. Now, with that being said, let's come on back, have a mat. Encourage you to step back on there. And we're just going to start with about a minute of a full squat into a tiptoe. So we're going to try to get our heart rate up a little bit. So just give me your best squat, drop down. And as you come up, slowly rising up onto the toes. And then slowly coming back down. Drive up on the toes. And we'll start to connect with our breath here. So really big breath in. Perfect. Do you need to adjust the camera? Or is it a little too? Perfect. All right, so if you're following along with this one, try to open up the hips a little bit more. Really feel this on the outside of the legs. So think about pulling the floor apart or ripping the floor apart with your feet and staying really tall. All right, with the squat, we want to keep our chest up, so arms out if you need it. Come up on the tiptoes. If we can get our calves to work, it helps to circulate blood throughout the rest of the body. Just helps us feel better overall. Really give it a good squeeze at the top there. Perfect. All right, so let's take a knee now. We're gonna do a little bit of mobility for our spine. Straight from the side here. And go right leg down, left leg forward, hands behind the head. Call this like a prisoner position under rest. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze our butt on this hip here. Make sure our hips are underneath our ribs. And then we're just gonna turn towards that front leg. Take a pause here. And then I'm gonna take an exhale and try to rotate just a touch more, and then come back around to the center. Big breath in. Another breath. Say that a couple more times. Make sure you're moving through the rib cage here, not through the arms. What comment did you leave me? Get Kate just sitting here watching me on the couch instead of doing it with me. I don't know. Just saying. I'm just kidding. She just came back from her night shift. Totally fair. Switch to the other side. We're gonna spend about 45 seconds here. You tuck those hips forward and then take 2 deep breaths. Exhaling to finish. You're just trying to stop wherever you feel that resistance, wherever you feel that first kind of inclination that it's hard or that it's stiff. You don't want to force anything. You just want to stop there and breathe. What you'll find as time goes on and you do more reps, your body starts to open up a little bit, gets a little bit more elastic, especially with the breath. The breath is our signal to our brain that we can unwind and don't have to guard ourselves. And sometimes I feel really good. I'm doing this and I feel like I got a good amount of rotation. Just lifting that elbow to the ceiling, you'll get a nice stretch down here through your obliques and QL. Really nice stretch for your low back as well. You guys keep going there. I got one more rep. All right. So stick with this knee down. And then what we're going to do is do a little bit of shoulder work. So we're going to take our arms, thumbs back. We're going to try to reach for the wall behind us. Without arching our back, we're going to try to hold this pull for about 10 seconds. You should feel a little pull on the top of your shoulders. Try to relax your traps so you're not shrugging as much. It's just coming from the arm. And then we're going to pull our hands back, reach with our palms towards the wall or the TV behind you. I'm just going to try to lift towards the ceiling and hold that. And again, the breath is really key here. The more you breathe out, the higher you're going to get. And I'm coming back. Again, don't shrug. Can we pull those arms back? Good. Coming all the way back. Holding is the one way to really get strong and to add a bit of resistance to your muscles so they actually change. All right, stretching is good for training our brain to relax, but actually loading the joints is how you get stronger, how you get more mobile. And so you need that contrast of both to really make a change in your body that lasts. And more importantly, you've got to do this type of thing pretty much every day in order to see progress. If it's really important to you and you want to improve a certain joint or improve a certain muscle group, do it every day. Just for 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes as you start, and start to make it a little bit harder as time goes on. But the key here is to be very consistent. It's not going to fix itself real quick. Big breaths here. Good, keep going, back up. Let's see what we got on tap here. Just notice while you're doing this what your head, your back wants to do. You might find you're compensating a little bit. And while I definitely want to encourage you to move your spine a little bit more, if you're just trying to isolate the shoulders, try to be cognizant that you relax your spine, relax your head, and just let the arms do the moving. Perfect. All right, guys. Let's find a tabletop position. We're going to work the hips now. So we're going to go thumbs right under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck your toes so you have that for balance. And we're going to do 2 moves for our leg. So we'll start by sliding our foot back to the edge of the mat. We're going to lift, use our glute here, pull your heel to the ceiling. And just like the arms, we're going to hold for about 10 seconds. And with each out breath, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to pull my knee straight off to the side. I'm going to hold there. Don't force it. You don't want to be like this, opening up. Might help to have your hands a little bit wider here. All right. Reset. Let's go back, straight back. Good. And out to the side now. Try to pull your knees away from each other. Lift the heel out to the side a little bit. And down. And last one for this right leg. So pull it straight back. Remember, big breaths. By exhaling deeply, you're going to feel that in your core a little bit more. Give your spine some stability. And resting. Last one here. Out to the side. All right. Shake out those wrists if you need to. I know it's a lot of time on the hands. And we'll do the same thing on our left side. So the wider your hands are, the easier this becomes in terms of balancing. Start on top of your thumbs. Heel goes out. Try not to lean too far to your right side. Your belly button squared up with the ground. It's also a good chance to work on your head posture. So just tucking the chin back like this. It's kind of the inverse of what we do all day sitting. So think chin tucked, crown of your head coming back a little bit. And then let's get to the outside. All right, and then slide it straight back. Good. Off to the side. Hold it. I know this one's tough. Probably cramps a little bit in the hip. And then finishing off last one, slide it back. All right, so start with your feet nice and spread out on the mat here. So we want to make sure we feel a little bit of a stretch in our groin. Unless you're super flexible, you probably won't feel this at all. But for me, just pulled this hamstring a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our arms out like this, and we're going to sit down into our best lateral squat. Okay, so that's where you're sitting into a squat, but to the side here. And then we're going to add a little bit of a rotation. And then we're going to come back, go the other way. Add rotation. And again, you're using your breath to try to sink into this one a little bit more as time goes on. Here. Good. Come back around. That's it. Keep getting into deep squats here. And as you do that, breathing out. Last one here. All right. I encourage you to keep going if that feels good. As always with these things, all you need is about 60 seconds to 90 seconds per move to really make a difference in your joint health. So again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, I encourage you to share it with somebody who you think could benefit from moving throughout the day. Thanks for coming to another midday move, my friends. I'll see you guys again soon.